Meanwhile, beauty is in the eye of the beholder when it comes to Obamacare. Not many people are seeing it, but at least Nancy is.
It's intact. It's beautiful.
Or maybe it's just me, but when someone throws the word beautiful at me, immediately this image pops up. I don't know why that is. But Nancy Pelosi, she has a different impression.
One evidence of governance would be how we rolled out the Affordable Care Act. It is intact. It's beautiful.
Yeah, well, try telling that to Americans. A new survey shows that a lot of them think that the health care law right now is downright ugly. Charles Payne, what do you make of that?
You know what? Even at one point, Dr. Frankenstein had to admit that his creation was ugly, a monster, and a menace to society. And he loved it. I mean, he loved it. He was like, oh, I created a life.
He was so excited. It's alive. It's alive.
At some point,
it's ugly.
This thing is a monster.
Yeah.
When is she going to come to that realization?
What do you think?
When?
I just am speechless that you ran that Kate Upton video.
How did that get in there?
I was speechless, too.
But see, that Kate was a metaphor.
Couldn't you have covered the Nancy Pelosi video with that and just heard her voice, for Pete's sake? Maybe it's an idea. Use it next time.
Where were you in the planning stages for this segment?
I'm always astonished by the lack of honesty among politicians, and this is the left or the right. Why does she have to select that word to describe something that is deeply flawed?
But what she's saying, and this is part of an ongoing strategy, and Adam, maybe you, since you're very close to her, you can expound on it. The notion that there is more good to see down the road, and that the beautiful thing about people with pre-existing conditions are going to get covered, more people are getting covered, leaving out incidental facts like most are paying higher premiums now, and that if you are lucky to have coverage, you're paying through the nose, blah, blah, blah. That's not so beautiful, but it really emphasized with your base what is. What do you think?
Well, Nancy Pelosi and I do, in fact, live fairly near each other, but I wouldn't describe us as close.
Go ahead. Whatever happens
in
in Frisco stays in Frisco, but go ahead.
We live in the same city, and she's my congresswoman. I think everything you said accurately portrays her perspective. Best word choice, probably not, but this is like a lot of big programs over the years. It will get better, and she believes it, and I believe it, that this is doing good. It's doing what was accomplished. We did a disservice in the last segment. I think it was you, Neil, by saying that, I'm sorry, I know I'm not supposed to say this, that, the government is going to be providing us health care. That's not the plan. It's not what's going on.
You don't think that what's happening now and what's been illustrated with the VA is a preview of coming attractions with the government taking a bigger role in health care and dictating premiums and coverage and treatments? You don't think that's sort of a prequel to what we're looking at?
I don't. I think that Obamacare is all about insurance. Okay. We've already had all those things through Medicaid and Medicare for decades.
All right, then you are not even up to Kate Upton standards on debating this issue. So well, I'm going to move on. I agree. I'm going to move on to Ben Stein on this. But, Ben, the question will come back to this law and whether, in a weird way, the whole VA thing has just reminded Americans about what happens when the government takes over something or has a bigger role in something.
Which of those women was Nancy Pelosi and which was Kate Upton?
Well, the other metaphor is that we're trying to keep abreast of these healthcare development. But anyway, go ahead.
Yes, exactly. I can always count on Fox News, and I love it, and this is why we are so successful. But with all due respect, what's she going to say? She sponsored it. She said pass it, even though we don't know what's in it. What's she going to say? It was a terrible mistake. I mean, she's a politician.
You worried me there, Ben. I thought you were going to criticize Kate Upton, so thank goodness. All right, Gasparino, what do you make of this?
I think you guys didn't look at the clip close enough because I think there was a needle sticking out of her arm when she said the word beautiful. By the way, Ben, she could probably say a lot of things, but beautiful, and still kind of cover her rear end on the what's in it. You'll get to know what's in it. But I think the best part of that clip was the interviewer just sat there and didn't fall off his chair, because if anything is not beautiful, it's this. You're beautiful.
The interviewer looked like Snowden, didn't he?
He did. He was like, stone face.
It was like the Ukrainian guy who punched Brad Pitt in the face.
All right. Up next, Kate Upton. No, I'm kidding.